Hello, Namaste. Welcome to Swami Vivekananda GS channel. If you are preparing for competitive exams like SSC RRB and TG Police, you are at the right place. My name is Tarun Kumar. Today we will be discussing a topic called human circulatory system. Human circulatory system. What is human circulatory system? Let's discuss. I will be writing the definition of human circulatory system. Definition. Continuous movement of blood through heart and blood vessels to transport oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and waste products. To and from our body parts. Let's break the definition. Continuous movement of blood. As we know, in our body, the continuous blood flow occurs through heart and blood vessels. The function of heart is to pump the low pressure blood into high pressure blood and supply the blood to all the body parts through blood vessels. When the heart transports the blood to all the body parts, in blood oxygen, nitrogen, nutrients, hormones and waste products are also included. Like this, let me explain with an example how the oxygen is transported to all the body cells with the help of blood. Oxygen flow chart. With the help of flow chart we will be lungs. We all know that with the help of lungs we will inhale the oxygen and exhale carbon dioxide. When lungs with the help of lungs, when we inhale oxygen, it will mix us with blood. These blood will be mixed us with hemoglobin present in RBC, carry oxygen. When it mixes with hemoglobin, it will convert into oxyhemoglobin. That means oxyhemoglobin means oxygen rich blood. This oxyhemoglobin then transfers to heart. Then heart will transport these oxyhemoglobin with high pressure to arteries, that is blood vessels, to body cells to perform cellular respiration. This is how the blood will transport the oxygen through each and every cell of our human body. Let me explain one fact. In human body, we have 10 power 13 cells. That means approximately 37 trillion cells present in human body. To supply 37 trillion cells oxygen, nutrients, hormones, and eliminate waste products from each and every cell, it is a great work done by the heart. Second one is nutrients. How nutrients will be transported to each and every blood cells with the help of flow chart. As we know, when we take food, intake food, it will be transported to small intestine, where digestion process occurs. These digested food further supplied to supplied into blood in the form of glucose amino acid. These blood will transport to heart, then heart is transport these blood to arteries, and it will be transferred to body cells to generate energy. You can copy it. I will be waiting for 15 seconds. Let's go ahead with hormones. How hormones are transported with the help of blood. As we know, hormones is secreted by a gland called endocrine gland. Endocrine gland. These endocrine gland will secrete hormone into blood. These blood will be transported to uh, it will transfer to artery, it will be transferred to body cells. Some people doesn't know what is gland, what is hormone. Gland is a substance which secretes hormone. Here I will be taking example of a gland called pancreas, which secrete a hormone called insulin. This insulin will be mixed with the blood and it will be transported to heart, artery and blood cells where it will regulate the body blood level sugars, blood sugar levels. If the sugar levels is so high, then it will regulate and it will make the sugar levels to normal. When it is sugar level is so low, then it will increase us the sugar levels and make it normal, the function of insulin. Like that, waste products, these three substances are being included in the blood and it will be transferred to body cells, whereas waste products, it will be eliminated from our body parts. Like when we take waste products, as you know, all the substances are being transported to with the help of blood to body cells. Then the waste products is collected from body cells. These body cells will transfer the waste products into blood. It will be transported to heart. These heart will transport these to, for example, I will be taking carbon dioxide. This carbon dioxide is transported with the help of blood to lungs and it will be exhaled outside. If we take another example, urea, it is a substance, it is a waste product which will be transported to kidney. This kidney will transport this urea waste product with the help of urine excreted. How, this is how the human circulatory system will work. Please copy this or else take a screenshot. Now we will discuss what are the various parts of human circulatory system. Various parts of human circulatory system. First one is blood vessels. Second one is heart. Third one is blood. We will be discussing one by one. Let's discuss what is blood vessels. Blood vessels. What is blood vessels? Blood vessels are fine tubes which transports blood to all body parts and carry blood to heart from all body parts. That means the function of blood vessels is to carry blood from all the body parts and transferred oxygenated blood to all the body parts. That means these blood vessels are divided into three types. They are arteries, second one veins, third one is capillaries. Or else write the definition of blood vessels. Fine tubes which carry blood. This is enough. Arteries, veins and capillaries. What do you mean by arteries? Which carries blood away from heart and transports to body parts. Veins. What do you mean by veins? Which carries blood towards heart and collects blood from all body parts. A for artery, A for away. That means arteries carries blood away from the heart, whereas veins carries blood from body parts and transport it towards the heart. Last one, capillaries, which joins both veins and arteries. Let's discuss what is arteries, capillaries and veins in detail. Take a screenshot or make a note. Arteries. What do you mean by arteries? As we discussed about the definition of arteries, the arteries is a type of blood vessels which carry blood away from the heart and supply to all the body parts. First one, what is arteries? We have discussed. Carries oxygenated blood from heart and transports to all body parts. Second one is, if we think this is the arteries, from this the flow of blood occurs like this. Here the flow of blood is in high pressure. The blood flows with high pressure because when the blood is carrying from heart, the function of heart is simple. it will pumps the blood at high pressure and supply to all the body parts with the help of blood vessels, that too arteries. That means it carries a high pressure blood. So to resist that much pressure, it is made up of made of is made of thick walls to resist high pressure. Third point is valves are absent. What are valves? Valves is nothing but which resist the flow of blood in backward direction. That means it resists backflow of blood. Here there is no required of valves because the blood is flowing with a high pressure. There is no chance of flow of blood in a backward direction. So there is no use of valves. Fourth point is in arteries, pulmonary artery is an only artery which carry deoxygenated blood. As we discussed, arteries, we have discussed that arteries carry oxygenated blood from heart and transport to all the body parts. But the only pulmonary artery, further we will be discussing how it will be transporting, the only artery which carry deoxygenated blood. The last point is it is deeply seated. It means arteries. Arteries are deeply seated in the human body because the flow of blood in arteries are at high pressure. To resist the injuries or anything will happen, if the arteries will cut, the high pressure blood will comes out. So in order to restrict that type of incidents, the arteries are being situated deeply in human body. Please make a note or take screenshot. Here I will be writing blood with high pressure. Now we will be discussing about veins. What are veins? Carry blood towards heart, that is deoxygenated blood. Second point is the valves of veins are thin inch size because when the blood is transferring from all body parts towards the heart, it doesn't have that much pressure that it can impact the valves of the veins. So it is designed in such a manner that it can resist the pressure of the pressure of the blood. So the veins are having thin walls. Third point is valves are present. In arteries, valves are absent, whereas in veins, valves are present because there is a chance of blood to flow in backward direction, because low pressure blood will flow in backward direction. That's why here valves are present. Fourth point is, except pulmonary vein, all the pulmonary vein carry oxygenated blood, because all the veins carry deoxygenated blood, whereas the only one pulmonary vein will carry oxygenated blood. The last point is, they are superficial, because they have been situated above the muscles, because the blood flowing through the veins is low pressure. So if any injury will be happening, there is loss of blood will be so less when compared to arteries. That's why they have been situated above the muscles. The last one is capillaries. What is capillaries? The function of capillaries is simple. How a bridge connects two roads, like that the capillary will connect the vein and arteries in order to exchange oxygen, nutrients, hormones to all the body parts. That is the main function of capillaries. Narrow and thin, smallest and thinnest blood vessel, very thinnest blood vessel, which connects arteries and veins in order to exchange oxygen, nutrients, hormones, etc. to all from body parts to body cells. This is the function of capillary. Take a note or else take a screenshot. Now we will be discussing about the heart. For competitive exams, that from blood vessels, this much is enough for the competitive exams. The next topic is heart. This is more important. From this we can expect the questions in competitive exams. In previous year questions also we have seen some questions from heart. Heart. What is heart? Heart is nothing but a muscular hollow organ which pumps the blood and transports to all body parts. Heart is a muscular hollow organ. Why I used the term called muscular? Because if you see the rough diagram of heart, it is compressed of cardiac muscles. It is made up of cardiac muscles. So the term muscular I used. Second one is hollow organ. The heart is divided into four chambers. In four chambers, the blood is being accumulated, and the shape of the heart is in hollow shape. So I use the hollow organ which pumps the blood. That means when the body parts collects the low pressure blood and supplies to heart, it will pump with high pressure and transports to all the body parts. That is the definition of heart. Second one, now heart is divided into two parts. First one is auricles and second one is ventricles. And number of chambers present in human heart are four chambers, that are two auricles and two ventricles. Two auricles and two ventricles. Now we will be discussing the functions of heart. First one, it carries deoxygenated blood and converts into oxygenated blood and transports to all body parts. This is the main function of heart. You can copy or take screenshot. Here I will be mentioning right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. Further, we will be discussing the function of heart. Working of heart, how the heart works, how the blood will transport to heart, we will be discussing. Working of human heart. I will be taking a rough diagram of heart that you can understand in clearly you can understand. This is a heart, consists of four chambers. Here we will be having body parts. Here we will be having lungs. Here we have right auricle, left auricle, right ventricle, left ventricle. The upper part of the upper chambers is known as auricles, lower chambers is known as ventricles. Please remember this. Now the body parts, we have deoxygenated blood. When heart is at relaxation, then the blood will flow to the right auricle due to pressure difference. Because in heart the pressure is so high, whereas in body parts the pressure is so much low. That's why at relaxation the body parts blood, the the blood present at body parts will be transferred to right auricles. Now then the from right auricle the blood will be transferred to right ventricle. Now the blood is at high pressure. Then second one, when heart is at contraction, now the blood will be transported from right ventricle to lungs. Now relaxation and one contraction, that means one cardiac cycle is completed. One relaxation, one contraction, that means one relaxation plus one contraction is equal to one cardiac cycle. One cardiac cycle is completed. Now here the blood is the blood is at lungs. Here the blood, deoxygenated blood will be, from deoxygenated blood carbon dioxide is exhaled and oxygen is inhaled, and these lungs converts the deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. Then due to pressure difference it will be transported to left auricle. From left auricle it will be transported to left ventricle. From this, the when heart is contracted, then the high pressured oxygenated blood will be transferred to all the body parts to regulate their functions. Let's write what are the parts included to transport the blood towards heart and towards the body parts. First one is vena cava. Vena means wave, cava means the largest vein. That means the largest vein will carry the deoxygenated blood from all the body parts and transport it to right auricle. Here the right auricle will transport the blood to right ventricle. From here, from right ventricle to lungs, the heart will be the blood will be transported by pulmonary artery. That is pulmonary artery. Before few minutes we have discussed about the pulmonary artery, the only artery which carries deoxygenated blood. Here we can see from right ventricle to lungs it carries deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood. It carries deoxygenated blood. Here we are using the term called pulmonary. Why pulmonary? Because in medical terms, pulmonary word will be described for lungs. For lungs, we will describe as pulmonary. when we go to hospital, we can see the doctor's name downwards. There will be a degree, and the degree they mention that he is specialist in cardiologist, means he will be dealing with heart. He will, if they mention pulmonologist, then he is so expert in lungs. Second one is renal. Renal word is described to kidneys, for kidneys. Next one is cardiac. The word cardiac is described for heart. Fourth one is hepatic. The word hepatic is described to liver. For liver, hepatic will be described. Now we are here. Here, lungs converted deoxygenated blood into oxygenated blood. Then these oxygenated blood will be transported to left auricle with the help of pulmonary vein. Like this only we have discussed before, the only vein which carries oxygenated blood, that is pulmonary vein. That is oxygenated blood will be transferred to left auricle. From left auricle to left ventricle. From this, the high pressured oxygenated blood will be transported to body parts with the help of aorta. This is the working principle of human heart. You can take a screenshot. Now we will be discussing about a topic called coronary artery. It is very important. What is the role of coronary artery? What happens if it doesn't work properly? Coronary artery. Coronary artery. You can see the aorta. It is the largest artery present in human body. Largest artery. From this aorta, the blood will be transferred to various parts of our body. From this, one artery is connected to human cardiac muscles. One artery is connected to the human heart's cardiac muscles. What is the purpose of this is the coronary artery function is to transport oxygenated nutrient blood to cardiac muscles to regulate, to do functions of heart continuously. The heart is working 24 into 7. If if we want to work, we should need some energy. We will take food and we will work. Like that, if the heart wants to work 24 by 7, then it needs the energy, nutrients. These nutrients will be carried out by the coronary artery. Second thing is, I will be rubbing this. Second thing is, what happens if it is not work properly? First one is the working condition of heart decreases due to lack of supply of oxygen and nutrients. Second one, the person may diagnosed with heart attack. As you know, if oxygen is absent, then anaerobic respiration comes into picture. If anaerobic respiration comes into picture, then the presence of lactic acid increases. If lactic acid increases, the pain will arise. That's why the person may get pain in the heart and it may results in heart attack. This is what happens if the coronary artery doesn't work properly. Coronary artery completed. Now we will be discussing about valves. What is valves? How the valves, the function of valves. What is the main function of valves in heart? Before going to valves, I have missed one topic called bypass surgery. Bypass surgery. You may heard the term called bypass surgery. The word bypass surgery means when, if we take example, this is coronary artery, which is previously explained. Coronary artery, if the coronary artery blocks, the blockage occurs in the coronary artery. How the blockage occurs in the coronary artery? Due to, in day-to-day life, if we will be taking so many different types of food in our human body. Now in this generation, that is Gen Z, the people are more attracted towards junk food, which harms our body, but they know that it will harm, but they want taste in the food. If the cholesterol in junk food, the cholesterol percentage is more, that is bad cholesterol. That bad cholesterol will be accumulated in the coronary artery. Then the blockage will be occur in the coronary artery. Then the lack of oxygen will be transported to cardiac muscles, which will arise in heart attack. So the doctors will do, they will be joining temporarily with a blood vessel from coronary artery to cardiac muscles in order to transport oxygen and nutrients continuously to function the heart. That is the main function of bypass surgery. Now we will be discussing about valves. Valves. What is valves? To regulate or stop back flow of blood in backward direction. Backward direction. This is the main function of valve. Where these valves are present? In human heart. Let me when heart relax, the blood will flow to right auricle. When blood flows from right auricle to right ventricle, it will be transferred to lungs. When the heart contracts, the blood will flow to pulmonary artery with the help of pulmonary artery to lungs. But there is a chance of flowing back in backward direction towards right auricle. So a tricuspid valve means it have three flaps. It will open in three directions. It is being situated between right auricle and right ventricle. And in the same manner, if the heart is contracted, then the blood will transported to left ventricle to body parts. Then the another valve is situated, that is bicuspid valve. Only two direction it can open. Situated between right auricle and left ventricle. Like this, when high pressure blood is transported after contracted, it will be transported to lungs. But when it relaxes, the blood will comes back into right ventricle and left ventricle, from aorta to left ventricle, from pulmonary artery to right ventricle. So here we will be there semilunar valves. Semilunar valves. What is the purpose of semilunar valves? To stop the backflow of blood. Why it is called semilunar valves? Because it is in a direction of hollow. Semi means off of the circle. Semi. Lunar means moon. Lunar means moon. Semi means off of the circle. Then it will be looks like the half moon. The valves are like half moon. That's why they are called semilunar valves. This is the main purpose of valves. I will be writing the types of valves present in human body. First one is valves. Tricuspid valve. Second one is bicuspid valve. Third one is semi-lunar valve. After this, if we go to doctor for any reason, if we got a fever, then the doctor uses the stethoscope and he will check the heartbeat of the human. The sound comes in stethoscope like lub dub, lub dub, lub dub. That means the sound produced when valves are closed. When valves are closed, the sound will be occurred. This sound is reason for lub and dub. First one, lub. How it is coming means lub sound is being generated when tricuspid plus bicuspid valve closes, then the sound will generate is lub. Second one is dub. When semi-lunar valve closes, then it will generate a sound is dub. This is the main reason for lub dub sound. When the valves are closed, the sound generated by the heart is lub and dub. If the lub dub sound is coming out, then the doctor will think that, oh, he is in a normal condition, and he will be giving some medicines to treat. After that, we will be discussing about what is systole and diastole. Systole. When heart is contracted, then the process is known as systole. The contraction of heart is known as systole. The relaxation of heart is known as diastole. When one systole and one diastole completes, it is known as one cardiac cycle. Means when the heart completes one contraction and one relaxation, then that is known as one cardiac cycle. To complete one contraction and one relaxation, the time taken by the heart is 0.8 seconds of time. 0.8 seconds of time. As we know, per minute, heart will beats in per minute. Heartbeat per minute is 72 beats per minute. If we 24 into 7, 24 into 60 into 72. If we multiply this, then we will be getting the value as approximately 1 lakh. Per day, the heart will completes 1 lakh cardiac cycles. The value is enormous. You can take screenshot or make a note. Now we will be discussing about the pacemaker. It is important. Pacemaker. Pacemaker or SA node What is SN node means? Sino aurical node. This is the heart. We have right auricle, right ventricle, right ventricle, left and left ventricle. What is sino-auricle node means? The origin of heartbeat occurs due to sino uh, occurs at right auricle. Here the sino-auricle node is been present due to SA node. The function is sino-auricle node is to initiate and regulate the heartbeat. That means it will initiate and regulate the heartbeat. Initiate and regulate the heartbeat. If the person is, if the person's sino-auricle node is not working, then the doctors will transplant a temporary or artificial pacemaker that is made up of lithium iodine, lithium iode, lithium iode. It will known as artificial pacemaker, and the and it will work for 10 years. The working period of artificial pacemaker is 10 years. This is sino-auricle node. Last one is cardiac notch. What is cardiac notch? Cardiac notch means inward curve located between heart and left lung is known as cardiac notch. That means, if with the help of diagram I will explain. This is trachea. From trachea, the lungs have been attached with the trachea. Here it is a right lung, it is a left lung. When we compare the right lung and left lung, the right lung is of bigger size, the left lung is somewhat smaller, because the heart is being situated between the left lung and the heart. The left lung and the heart. So the space occupied by the heart, which is situated between left lung, it will be known as the space where the heart is situated. It is known as cardiac notch. It is known as cardiac notch. Now the last topic which is remaining, that is ECG. This is the small things, one liners you have to remember for the competitive exam. ECG. ECG means electrocardiographic electrocardiography. The Main use of electrocardiographic test is to know how the heart is been functioning. That means the doctor suggests for electrocardiography ECG test how the heart is working, whether it is working at normal condition or else any defects can be seen. That is the main function of electrocardiographic test. The after electrocardiographic test, the results will be like this. Like this graph is been taken as a result after the person is completed his ECG. PQRST. These are the terms is been given to this graph. This is not important for your competitive exams. I am just explaining for what is the use of electrocardiographic test. There is 2 to 3 one-liners I want to include in this session. First one, the length of the human blood vessels is equal to 2.5 times of Earth's circumference. That means, before ending this session, I want to share a quote from Swami Vivekananda from which I have inspired and motivated in my career. That is, arise, awake and stop not, you reached your goal. If you like my video, please share with your friends and subscribe to my channel at the Swami Vivekananda GS. Thank you.